Alright, so it's time for a flip script. Script flip. Huh? Huh? What? You thought people were on your side. Everybody betrays you, Marbles. Nobody likes you because you're a sick child fucker. Possibly. At any rate, you were going to accuse me of, what was it? Sexually harassing, raping Grace Lynn. You were going to try to have Grace Lynn accuse me of raping her. Now, here's the funny thing. This 13-year-old girl has sexually suggestive shit all over her page. Now, you're saying that I was shaming her. That's not shaming to point out that somebody is not a victim if they're the result of the consequences of their own behavior. All right? It's not, it's, how can I put this? It is her fault and her parents' fault that she attracts men like you and Joshua L. Smith and other pedos by putting, I don't know, posts up about dick sucking. Don't worry, I'll post it. Don't worry about it. Now, just because I want to, I'm just going to expose this little jailbait trap for what she is. But I'm also going to give you a little taste of the rod here, Marbs. All right, so here it goes. Marbles, you're unemployed. All right, you sit around on YouTube all day stalking women. All right, you know how you do it? You go, you add young male ranters, then you go and add all their female friends, then you go to your people you may know and add all their female friends. Fucking brilliant, except they're all like 15. Oh, why do you hit on 15-year-olds? Because you're fucking sick. You're fucking sick in the head. That's why you try to kill people on the internet. That's why you try to behave like a motherfucking psychopath. That's why you try to forge evidence to turn people against each other. But this is going to be the crown on the cake, Marbles. Nobody will trust you after this. All right? You're going down. Enjoy the ride. All right? Now, you could have just sit there and taken the shaft. All right? I'm just going to put that forward to you. All you had to do was sit there and take the rod. All you had to do. Sit, spin, smile. It's not my fault that you decided to push it, wanted everything out there, and also decided to behave like a pedo fuck and stalk Lachlan on top of it. Alright? Here's a tip. Stop associating with children, you sick fuck. Stop stalking children, you sick fuck. Do you understand what those words mean? Alright? Now, you can try to fabricate any fucking evidence you want. But the fact of the matter remains, Marbles. At this point, you are pinned. Congratulations. Nobody likes you. That's how I got this video ahead of time. Everybody will betray you. Nobody likes you. You are the next Brian. And your buddy Coughlin is on the way out, too. Enjoy, bitch. Pretty much until I present it. I mean, the difference is that
he's not doing the same thing and just waiting for a good opportunity to present it.
Like what? That he didn't do anything at all and that he actually asked this guy and this is what he did? Like, does he actually have a response to the whole thing?
Like, do you realize if Marbles really wanted to, he could just come on camera and do the same shit flinging. He could just make up something about you.
At the same time, I can do it right back. Mine is a joke. It's perfectly fine. The funny thing is that people will laugh at it regardless. And that's actually what he does do. It never bothered me.
But like you said, he has access to like he has a fan girl, Grace Lynn. If he really wanted to, right? And I'm not saying he will do this or he has done this, he hasn't, but I'm just saying if he really wanted to, he could like contact her and say, hey, say on camera.
No, I'm now the guy who goes out checking to see what and if some of these events happened when they get reported, and I go and I ask the person, did this happen? And bear in mind, I'm not going to disbelieve somebody who says something happened to them. If you say it, I believe you. That's what happened. Well, I guess my understanding that
perpetrator number one
was trying to contact an ex-boyfriend of yours and give him your current address. Is that true?
No, I'm going to tell you the story so it clears up. Back in 2011 or 2012, even before that actually, I was dating a guy that was very emotionally abusive. It was really obsessive relationship on his part. I felt really suffocated. I did things I shouldn't have done, but none of it was ever threatening to his life, ever. At some point, I decided to end the relationship because I wanted to move on. When I ended the relationship, he was still very obsessed with me. He didn't want to stop being boyfriend and girlfriend. And he got really, really upset. Specifically, or basically, he said, "All right, I know where you live, and I know who your parents are. If you are not my friend, I will send all of your nude pictures to your very conservative family. And once they see it, they will kick you out of your house." I have never dealt with a blackmail before. So I said, okay, I will do as you say. Then I met name redacted number 1, and I was interested in him. He was aware of the situation and said, "You either block him or I'm done with you." I was like, that's not helping the situation. You're just putting me in a really worse position because I really don't know what to do and you're not being supportive at all. And over that, eventually I met another person whose name redacted number 2. And we clicked so fast and we were already friends and that sort of thing. So we decided to date each other. Then name redacted number 1 got upset and blocked me and said whatever he said about me. Then my ex was like, I need to know everything about your relationship, pestering name redacted number 2, saying I need to know everything about your relationship. Name redacted number 2 says no. The only reason you are friends with her is because you blackmailed her, and that is absolutely bullshit. You're so full of shit, and you've done something wrong, and I'm not going to allow you to pester my relationship with her because you're still obsessed. So name redacted number 2 put him in his place, and he didn't like it. So basically, after that, he sent me a huge message where he says a lot of things, but consistently he says, I am going to rape you, I'm going to go there and murder your family, murder you, and whatever else. That was pretty much it. I know where you live, I know where to fucking find you, I will all these things, I don't give a fuck if I go to jail. I'm done with you, I'm going to murder you. So he sent me threats like that. And sent those pictures to my parents, which fortunately name redacted number 2 told me in time and I was able to delete it. Because I didn't want him to know I deleted them, I said I was kicked out of my house. And he was nothing but happy to know that I was miserable. He was really happy at that time, so he made a video putting my real name, saying where I lived, and saying, yeah, I blackmailed her, and I really don't care, and I sent her death and rape threats, and I don't care because she cheated on me, and that's wrong, so she deserved rape and murder threats, and then she left me, so how dare she? So that was the situation. He made a video about it. Time went by, and me and name redacted number 2 broke up, but remain really good friends. Ever since then, they posted the video everywhere. The 2 perpetrators went their own way, and then anonymous person disappeared. Name redacted number 3, and I became friends. I know all these things happen, and I had a relationship with somebody else, and I got a message from my ex. And he's like, I need to talk to you, and I go, oh my God. So I talk to him. And I'm like, I'm so over it, I don't give a fuck. You are gonna put my nude pictures, I don't give a fuck. I was just like, I'm not going to deal with the same situation. And he called me to say that he'd changed a lot and he was in a better state of mind, that he had laid off drugs and alcohol or whatever, that he was feeling way better and that he's just wanted to catch up with me to see if we could be friends. I was like, I'm glad that you are doing well, but I don't think we can be friends. He was like, oh, all right. And then he told me, there was this guy that sent me a message on YouTube asking me for your nude pictures. I was like, really? He was like, yeah, and he sent me a screenshot, and it's one of perpetrator number 1's old accounts back then, and I was like, wow. He was like, yeah, and I didn't send them because I thought that would have been too much. I didn't send them because I really did what I had to do, and that was it, so I didn't send anything. Whenever people say, why are you not a feminist, I point to perpetrator number 1 and say, look at this guy. How hypocritical of him. To say you did the wrong thing with Zoe Quinn and you defend harassment and Gamergate and whatever else, is that who are you to talk about harassment? You used me as a pawn to bother name redacted number 1 because at that time, perpetrator number one, didn't know who I was or my positions or anything. I was absolutely nobody to him. And he felt that it was fair to use my nude pictures and go get them from a guy that had a video on a channel talking about how he blackmailed me and threatened to rape and murder me and doxed me, and that was completely okay. He felt completely alright asking someone like that for nude pictures so he could go and bother name redacted number one. I mean, like, are you kidding me right now? You know, I never heard an apology from either him or perpetrator number two. They sit there on their high horses thinking they are all so freaking moral and amazing and above everybody because they have the feminist label on them. It's fucking bullshit. At the end of the day, it's just a label. You know what I mean? Like Christians who say they follow the laws of God and they say they wouldn't murder, but there are Christians who have murdered. Not all feminists are actually good feminists. Like, they protect the woman they love, not all women, as a true feminist should. Okay, so that was a young lady. I was reading her statement that she had made to one of my Facebook friends who used to be a YouTuber, but now goes around and is checking into these claims of harassment, trying to see who was harassed by feminists and who wasn't. This young lady was harassed by two young feminist men who claim the label of feminists even as they deal in women's nudes for trolling other men for the lulz, and who did not care that her life could be put in danger, or that due to their behavior she could be made homeless if her family found out that she'd had a nude picture taken, I guess on a cell phone or whatever. So I just wanted to point that out there. I guess if we can find others, we'll do another installment, and I will see you all in the comment section of each other's videos.